Hello, everyone. How are you all feeling? Happy holidays. Can you guys hear me? Can you say yes if you can hear me? I just wanted to make sure that I'm not talking to myself all the wall. By the way, you like this new tie I put on for you? Loving the music. Well, hi, Catherine. How's your interview? Didn't you have an interview last Friday or so? Um, I think you are having your final loop with Amazon. Please do let me know how that goes. Hello, Liliana. Thank you for showing up early and waiting. Hello, Christian, RP, Miss Mountain Dew, my loyal follower through my social platform. My VIP and star interview accelerator group is here. Hello. Can we please say, are you guys ready to start? If you are, I have a special treat for you. And when I say special treat, I really meant treat. Check this out, guys. Ta-da! You like my fancy plastic kids plate? So we went shopping, uh, or so he calls it supermarket, and I bought a bunch of holiday treats. This is actually one of my favorite. It is I'm obsessed with biscuit. I don't know if you guys can see that. Oh no, you can't really see it. Anyhow, it is very colorful. I thought I should pump up the holiday spirit. I also bought you virtual present. Feel free to take one. They're all toys and learning toys objects. The big box down the bottom is actually Earth, which is very cool because it's an app that you can download. It tells you where all the continents, the states are. Awesome, right? So, if we are meeting for the very first time, my name is Holly Lee. I am a career coach. I'm simply here live streaming every Tuesday, 12:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time to help you answer interview career related questions in any of the top tier FANG companies. Yes, I am a career coach. I'm not just an Amazon coach. Yes, I do talk about Google, Apple, Facebook, Netflix, Oracle, Expedia. You give it to me and I'll give you an answer. I have received so many messages from all of you guys that ask me to, Holly, can you give me some tip about Google? Do you only focus on Amazon? If you really pay attention to my content, I use a lot of the Amazon Star interviewed, and the reason why I'm so passionate of everything Amazon interview process, specifically the 14 leadership principle. Tick, 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 tick. I wish I have a bell here. That is because literally every single company have their own philosophy. Their philosophy is very similar for one another, which is called moving fast, bias for action, customer centric, customer focus, customer obsession. You guys get me? Do you feel me? If you feel me, say yes, I'm ready to start. Today, I don't have anything fancy. I was going to put a holiday special for you, but because I've been over promise under deliver to myself, I haven't had a moment to gather anything like I typically do on a Tuesday webinar. But another important announcement is this Friday, normally every Friday, is for my pay YouTube community starting January 1st. Because I did not realize that this Friday is Christmas, right? That's what happened when you work at home. You lost track of time and date. I won't be streaming on Friday, at least not professionally. However, I may be as we're opening gifts for my son and I. If you're into that, and if you want to open your present alongside with us, feel free. It will be 9:30 a.m. Friday. Okay, and we will resume at our leadership coaching every Friday starting January 1st. So, with that in mind, cheers with your tea, coffee, or cocktail this afternoon with me. Denise. Hey, Denise. I think you reached out to me via LinkedIn. I'm not sure if I've responded to you. Zoe, Merry Christmas from the UK. Liliana, Allah, how are you? I think Allah, you are new to my channel, if I'm correct. Sarit, 2014, a pleasure seeing you back again. Laura, hello to you in Italy. How are you? Thank you so much for the star. Thank you so much for the thumbs up. Merry Christmas. And I want to say Happy New Year's, but I will save that for next Friday's stream. Leonardo, how are you, Leonardo? Thank you so much for your virtual gifts and Christmas tree. Can a girl please get some thumbs up and star before we start? Because that really, truly does motivate me. And also, for a lot of you guys who are watching right now and you're new to my channel, don't be shy. I'm asking for you to drop all of your questions. As mentioned in a previous stream, all you have to do is create a nickname, even. You don't even have to use your real name. Nobody can track you. Okay. I can't even track you. I don't want to track you. So if you're very new to my channel and you haven't yet, please do subscribe to my channel. Give me a thumbs up because when you do that, it really helps with the YouTube algorithm. It helps while I'm streaming like this twice a week so I can attract the right ideal audience. What is my ideal audience for my live stream and free career coaching? One may ask. That is for those who are truly going through a crossroad in their career right now, who are extremely stuck, who's failed a number of job interview, Amazon or not. Okay. And you don't understand why you couldn't even pass the recruiter phone screen. Worst case scenario, you keep on failing your final round with Amazon and a bunch of other companies. What do you do? What's next? What's going on? So this is what my live stream is about. Also, another thing about 2021, there's a lot of cooks mixing up in the kitchen right now. There's a lot of goodies that's coming up for you guys. Yes, guys, I've heard you. I will go back to pre-recording content. I will have multiple guest speakers that's coming up for the Friday stream. If you haven't already, make sure you hit the word join in any of my video to join that stream. You can watch, but you can't comment, okay? I have hiring managers from Google, from Amazon, from Facebook. I have a lot of different folks who are coming in. I have an expert, also a hiring leader and a professor for all of you guys who are product or program management. So I have a lot of folks who are relevant to your background that I am basically consolidating thousands and thousands of all your messages across the platform and thinking of what can I possibly do for 2021 that's a little bit different, that's continuing to add value to you, where you're coming back and not expecting the same thing for me. No one wants to be doing the same thing year over year. Okay. So that is my plan for you in 2021. There's a lot of collaboration. I'm so excited because I really haven't done a whole lot of collaboration. I've only done 2 for the last year and a half. Okay. So drop me all your questions. RG, hello, RG, new subscriber. Well, thank you, RG. Welcome to my community. Everybody, please say hello to RG. Just thank you for being here and for being with us. I love new member. And by the way, guys, if you haven't already, make sure we are connected on LinkedIn, okay? My Friday stream again is 9:30 to when you are a member of my community, you will have access to that as well as my LinkedIn, okay? If we are not connected yet, please make sure that we are connected on LinkedIn. And I'm looking pretty my preview in my entire background, as you can see. You do whatever you must when you have a 3-year-old that takes over your entire place. There's no such thing as your own office. Anyhow, you see the little the planets in the background. He actually wanted me to put it in the background for him. Also, for me to remember what he looks like, that little photo back there. Okay, so make sure we are connected on LinkedIn if we haven't already. Again, don't forget to subscribe because when you do that, it truly does help me out with my work. Okay. Dominic, hello, Dominic. First time on live. I know you're the first time because I don't remember seeing you. Everyone, please give our friend Dominic a hello. Thank you for being here with us. And SJ, hey, SJ says good vibe. Thank you, my friend. Good vibe. I hope it's good vibe. This is not even coffee. I'm having hot water. Simply just hot water today. Hey, Ish. I'm going to now find your question. Okay. Hey, Cliff. Good to see you, my friend. Tanya. Tanya, did you just join my Friday stream? Welcome. It's a pleasure. I know that we review your LinkedIn profile. By the way, you have an amazing LinkedIn profile. The thing about me is once I have looked at your LinkedIn profile or have a conversation where I have looked at your credential for some reason, it's stuck into my mind, which is why, guys, I have coached all of you to start writing things in handwriting because when you do it again and again and again, it just kind of stick into your brain. True story. Okay. And I'll talk about that as I'm wrapping things up of so many of my community, my coaching platform that have failed the Amazon interview 2 to 4 time average. It doesn't fail because a lot of you guys are still reaching out to me and saying, Holly, I already failed my Amazon. I don't know if your services is good to me. Hang on a second here. I would say that 99% of my customer in my VIP coaching or my Start Interview Accelerator, which is helping you be interview ready, all came to me with an average of 3 failed Amazon interview. That's specific. Okay. It's rare for me to help someone who hasn't failed an interview. Very, very rare. At the moment, I can't even think of a name on top of my head right now, and you guys know who you are. Okay. Well, thank you so much for continue following me, Tanya. Ashish, how are you? How are you, Ashish? Can't wait to have you in our community soon. Oh, Laura, can't wait to see you back into my life in January and for you to restart again. Kitaki, Kitaki Kakade. Welcome back. Good afternoon to you, Clift. Christian, we also reviewed your LinkedIn profile last Friday. RP, I really love my coffee. I just don't have time to make my coffee this morning. I know, one would think that if you're working from home, especially working for yourself, you can be flexible and you could pretty much do whatever you want with your time. That is incorrect. I can tell you guys right now that my schedule is on the T, which means if I have to do anything off the regular rhythm, it will push myself back. Which is why, as you can tell with this live stream, it's a tiny bit disorganized this morning because literally I was responding an email to my friend over at TubeBuddy. If you don't know who they are probably one of the most well-known data analytics for content creator. So I am in the midst of working on a collaboration with the VP of content, who's also a genius in marketing and product management. I'm very excited about that and a bunch of stuff, as I've mentioned earlier, which is why there's just so much stuff that's coming at me and I'm trying to juggle everything. But the most important thing is, guys, my team is slowly expanding. I'm so excited about that in the last year. Thank you for all of you who have your trust in me in coaching you and landing your job with Amazon, with Google, with Facebook, with Apple, Oracle even. God, who were the other one? I forget. But basically, the FANG company or non-FANG company, it doesn't matter. Thank you so much. Because of all of you guys, I'm able to expand just scaling my business and hiring a couple folks in helping me out. So very exciting to make that announcement. I'm just excited. Can you tell? One of the things that I wanted to tell you when you're showing up to my live stream is I'm here for you and I want you to be here for you as well. Not for me, but for you. I want you to show up to every single one of my live stream with at least 2 to 3 questions that is bothering the crap out of you, that you are so stuck and you don't have an answer for. And I want you to give it to me, okay? Because I have the most fun when the questions are more challenging. For example, if you're going to ask me, Holly, walk me through the Amazon hiring process, there's like the entire year of content about that, okay? In fact, there's a timestamp for every single thing. And look, guys, there's even a whole playlist to teach you how to write your story right there. And I talked a lot about that, okay? There's a playlist for every single thing. All you have to do is spend a moment to really search. Everything is there, all right? Miss Mountain Dew, I've been trying to get on a call with you today because I wanted to check in with you and tell you how amazing you are. And I wanted to thank you for doing an amazing job with my YouTube. By the way, if you guys haven't had a chance to check out my YouTube channel art, Miss Mountain Dew actually put that together for me. She is a phenomenal graphic designer. Can we say woo? Whoop, whoop. Thank you so much, Miss Mountain Dew, for all of your hard work in helping me make my just LinkedIn channel art popped up a little bit for you guys, okay? And talking about standing out and popping out, how are we doing with those LinkedIn profile, by the way? How are we doing? 2021 is coming up. Leave it in a comment below. Let me know yes my LinkedIn is ready to go, or no, Holly, please help me review my LinkedIn profile. Can you please put it on the comment below? I will not review your LinkedIn profile today. That is the Friday section, which is next Friday. But I wanted to know where my audience are at, because when I'm pumping out content, the pre-recorded one, I only want to focus on content that you care about. If you don't care about, then it's going to waste my entire 5 days to write, record, and edit and give it to you when no one is watching. I'm telling you guys this right now when it comes to professional branding, resume, or LinkedIn profile. If you wanted to know why I don't talk so much about it, because people don't search for it. I don't know why. Guys, your branding is the most important thing that you could ever do. It's your branding. You want to know why you couldn't pass your Amazon job interview? It's because you're not able to even talk about yourself in writing, even in bullets terminology on your LinkedIn profile. That's why it is so important. But don't worry. Yes, I also have a guest speaker for that as well. I'm bringing in one of my business partner who is a 3-time LinkedIn top voice to talk about branding in 2021, like I've mentioned. So I wanted to hear where you are stuck and how I can come in to add value to you. Okay. Catherine, how are you? I know I don't really have the chance to put on some new music, as you can see. Thank you for putting up with that. Guhami, hello, welcome. Are you new to my channel? I think you're new. If you are, please say yes. This is, I don't know what I've done, to be honest. I'm trying to fancy things up, as you can see, but I like my wording to be in white instead of black because you can barely hear it, but I will fix that. Let me see if I can fix it here. Bum, bum, bum. Sorry, guys, just bear with me, okay? I'm very, very angry. I want to make sure that yay! I did it! Can we say yay? You see that, guys? Practice makes perfect. The live streaming thing is so new into my life. I start doing, I'm using Ecamm Live, by the way. A lot of people are asking me what I use to stream. It's Ecamm Live. It is as new as several months ago, and I'm trying to, it is truly a trial and error process. So as you're preparing for your job interview and planning for 2021, you have to really think about your mindset, how you're going to target your leads. Where do you even get your leads? Okay. That reminds me, guys, right here. Okay. Let's wrap up 2021 together in using the LinkedIn to network for job. My 5 tips. Okay. I mean, what else are you guys looking for that I'm not giving to you? All right. LinkedIn profile mistakes for job, what to avoid. How do you connect with recruiters and hiring managers? And how would you review feedback from your LinkedIn and my tips for a lot of the folks that are on here? Okay? So make sure you do not miss that. I can't address how important your branding is. Hey, Ish. Hello, Siva. How are you, Siva? Aditya. Hello, Aditya. I love having all of my coaching community member here. You guys rock my world. You guys all know that, without you being here, not only are you supporting my business as an entrepreneur, but you're also supporting my LinkedIn channel, which is also my business. Guys, I'm a damn proud YouTuber, and this is what I do as my full-time job. So as you guys are reaching out to me via LinkedIn, and who doesn't want to have a fan base, right? But you have to keep in mind, I'm already doing this free twice a week. Yes, even though my Friday stream is for pay member, but it starts at $3.99, so it's practically free, okay? And I do a lot of things that I'm showing you that I would for my paid coaching community and private coaching. I'm not hiding anything. I'm not sugarcoating anything. I'm not holding back on anything. For those of you and majority of you who are in my paid coaching community, you already know that a lot of my styles are very raw, and I'm not hiding anything because I wanted to make more money off of you. That's not even the case. So it would be really grateful if you can continue following my journey, because without you, I won't be here. Okay? Catherine, Friday was prep call. The loop is on January 4th. Can we please give our friend Catherine some good vibe? Wish her the best of luck in her final loop with Amazon Devices team. I remember you. I see you, Catherine. I remember. Costco cookies. Oh no, Cliff just called me out. You see why, guys? I can't even lie or fake it because one should never do that because someone's going to call you out because someone know where you get the goods from. I love Costco. By the way, cheers. Oh my gosh, so delicious. You like my tie? I love it. I know. Hey, Gloria. Happy holidays to you, my friend. Thanks again for your video. You're welcome. There will be a lot more pre-recorded video. Here's the thing. Here's how you can help me help you guys, okay? I want to hear not in the live stream, but in the comment section of my video. Don't put it in the live stream because it takes a long time for me to scroll up and down. There's eventually going to be a lot of comments, but put it in the video comment section. Let me know what you care about to watch. And for all of you guys who are a subscribed member to my YouTube channel, I have a community, okay? When I say community, I mean, let me show you what I mean. When I talk about community, let me go ahead and share my screen really quick with you. I want to hear what kind of content that you care to see. Okay. Nope, not this screen. It will be the other screen. Well, guys, this is what I'm watching. Secondary. Here you go. So when I say community, this is what I'm talking about. Okay. You see this community tab right here? Sorry, let me make this bigger for you. Didn't realize how tiny that is. Let me zoom in so that we're all on the same page. I like it when folks and I are on the same page. Make it extremely big for you. When I say community tab, this is community right here. Okay. When you are a member of my YouTube community and or you are a paid member Friday stream, the Friday verbiage and my regular community member are not the same. I should probably make that clear. Okay. So here are a lot of my community notes for the community member to remind you my streams and whatnot, which I don't really do often. But a lot of these right here, I want you to leave me a comment, guys, because I do care. I want to make pre-recorded stuff that you're going to watch. Because if you're not going to watch it, it's going to waste my time. Okay? I'm being really raw here. Genuinely wanted to help you out, but I wanted to make sure that you care for the content that I will be making for you. Okay? Cool. This is extremely big. Let me go back. Let me go back where things are right now. Hang on, guys. There you go. I'm back. Allah. Hey, Allah. How are you? How are you, Zoe? It's been, what, a month now or so? I hope everything is okay. Everything is good with you? Paryasha? Hey, Paryasha, I'm ready to start. Nice. When you say you're ready to start, do you mean you have an Amazon offer or you're ready to start with me in this live stream? If you could please clarify that. And I want to apologize because I do have a lot of folks telling me they have an Amazon job offer. I just wanted to make sure that I'm matching the screen name, the nickname to my messages. Hello, Shadeep. How are you, Shadeep? I hope all is well with you. Ken. Hey, Ken. Merry Christmas to you. This is like a Merry Christmas Tuesday stream. I'm loving this. Look at this snowman from Catherine. Awesome. Thank you. Liliana says her first time in my life. Welcome so much to my YouTube family. Here's a great question from Miss Mountain Dew. Let me shrink this a little bit. Miss Mountain Dew says, the recruiter at Spotify says, Holly recruited tech. What makes you think you can recruit bands, composers without a background? That's actually a very good question. A good recruiter should know, and I hope I'm answering your questions correctly. So your question is basically, if I am a tech recruiter, how would I be qualified in recruiting someone who's non-tech or composer, singer? Doesn't matter. It doesn't, because a good recruiter will spend their time in diving deep. Remember, everything I'm talking about is diving deep. Excuse me. Because what you would do is have those probing questions with the hiring managers in learning why, for in this in this scenario, a composer, okay? Has nothing to do with this live stream at all. I have no idea what it actually I do. I'm a content creator now, but let's just say that I don't. I wanted to sit down and see what this person will be doing. What are the qualifications? How is this person going to make an impact? Aside from hiring this person for a specific task, what else will this special, unique composer be composing, right? Do you see where I'm going? So, a good recruiter, I always wanted, and one may disagree with me, and this is just from my 21 years of experience. If you're a recruiter from tech, you can recruit for anything tech, non tech, so on and so forth. Because if you're a tech recruiter, you should be able to dive so deep into all of the different tech positions versus like a non-tech, which is very one directions, right? Like for example, if I'm recruiting for a marketing manager or a project manager for non-tech, there's only so much questions I should ask for clarifying with your background to see if you're the right fit. But if I'm tech, for instance, if you walk me through, let's just assume that you are a data analyst or a technical data analyst, I want you to walk me through a time where you solve the most complex technical questions. And I'm expecting you to explain it so well where you're able to dive deep. And by the way, what language are you coding in? Was it R code that you use? Tell me about R code. What do you like most about the functionality? You see where I'm going? When it comes to tech, I can go on and on and on for days. When it comes to non tech, there's only a limited amount of things that you can say. So I hope that was able to answer your questions. A good recruiter would be able to dive so deep into your background to know everything about you. DPS, Liliana. Are we talking about DPS as in digital signal processing, or what kind of DPS are we talking about? I'm scheduled for initial online screening interview. Can you give some ideas? And I'm assuming when you guys drop questions, it would be great if you let me know what company you're interviewing for, right? What company, what team would be great. For example, if you mention Amazon and let's just say Kindle or Alexa, there's really just a couple consumer electronic, then I will be more relevant. I know you're talking about hardware versus software. Okay. The bottom line is how you prefer your online screening is the same thing that I've been talking about in every single one of my live stream. I would highly advise for you to look through my Amazon interview tips playlist. That's it, Amazon interview tips. Okay. There's a timestamp for everything. I know for a fact that I've answered questions on DSP before. Even if I haven't, you need to really follow my instructions and to know more about your background. What are some of the leadership principle that you have the most innovative thing that you were able to solve? Because your online screening or your online interview, you have to be able to know the foundation of the type of large scale problem you're able to solve. If you're interviewing with any big company at all, they don't even have to be top tier. You need to. By the way you articulate your answer, demonstrate your scope and your scale. Again, scope and scale. If you don't have that, of you're fumbling through all over the places, you won't be able to get an offer. Okay? Jose, hola, Jose from Mexico. And if you're nervous, you have to ask yourself, Liliana, how many times have you recorded yourself and how many stories do you have? Put it on the bottom of the comment, guys. Let me know how many stories are you able to come up for yourself. Put it down. I know a lot of you guys are in my VIP coaching and my Interview Accelerator. Also put down how many stories do you have? Or I should ask, how many stories am I forcing you to have? Put it on the bottom so that we can influence our friends for the rest of the community member. Okay? By the way, there are 43 people who's watching right now. Give me a thumbs up if you haven't already. You don't have to subscribe yet until I've earned your trust. But the way I've earned your trust is you got to let me help you by asking questions. If you don't, if you're just going to absorb, it may not do you any good. So don't be shy, okay? Hi, Sin. Happy holidays to you. I've heard that Santa gave you a mug that says Eat, Sleep, Star. Is that correct? Wink, wink. Dominic, first time on the live stream. Thanks for all that you do. Oh, you're welcome, Dominic. Where are you watching from? I would love to know where you guys are watching from. Good vibe. Well, this vibe here is without coffee for today. You should see me with caffeine on, SJ. Mm. That's why I have the cookie as backup for sugar. Ish. Ish says, I have a phone interviewed with Amazon for QAE position in the first week of January. I feel so nervous and excited too. Any tips? The nervousness will never go away. It wouldn't because I talked about live streaming and I'm still like literally shaking internally every time I turn on the camera. It's okay to be nervous, but from the moment the camera turned on for me, I'm very comfortable because I know what I'm talking about. Same thing with you. You could be nervous going into an interview, but you have to be confident while you're being nervous. Okay? What do I mean by that? I mean, if I were to ask you right now, you know, tell me about a time that you went above and beyond for your customers in seeing corners in delivering to your customer without them asking. One, if you're asking me to repeat the questions or you don't know what the question is, or two, you don't have an example, then you're probably not ready. Okay? Guys, so many of you, and I say this genuinely, you need to stop taking interviewed if you are not ready. I can't tell you if you're ready or not just by reading your message because we've never really worked together. No, I'm not trying to talk you into going to my coaching program unless you want to, right? But the bottom line is you need to ask yourself, what do you sound like when you recorded yourself? And if you haven't even recorded yourself, why are you interviewing? Because the market is not dead, people. Let me tell you, this week alone, we're what, Tuesday now? We're just Tuesday, and I am somewhat up to speed on reading my LinkedIn messages. I'm about 70% done. I'm usually 2 weeks behind. And just for the last week, there are 11 professional who landed job offer at Amazon across the US. I'm not kidding. Or I should say, I'm not shedding you. You know who you are. I've asked some of them to come in, but some of them are still working and it may not work out with them. There's a lot of single parents as well. And they're simply watching through my content and rewatching my live stream like this. Okay? Because there's a timestamp for every single thing. Those people alone, there's 150 of them. It's still very consistent, guys. I'm telling you this right now. It hasn't stopped. I'm more concerned if I don't have anyone telling me that they didn't land a job offer. In fact, I talked about this in the last stream. In my coaching community alone, there are roughly about 10 people in the month of December. This is the slowest month of mankind and womankind for me, guys. The slowest month of the year in a pandemic, in a recession. We are in the middle of a recession in December. And I have about 10 people in my coaching community who land a job offer. Okay? In my free YouTube content, there are, this month alone, there's about 35 people. Do the math, guys. It's roughly about 50 people in December who landed a job offer, which is why I've created a Facebook community. It's called Holly Lee's Alumni, so I can put everyone together so I remember and know who you are. Okay? If you think I'm joking around with you, if you already have your job offer, even if you are through my pay YouTube member and we've never really connected, connect with me. I'll send you a link. And as I mentioned earlier, it is right here. This is my LinkedIn URL. So make sure that you send me an invite and we're connected. Okay. So you can see and just hang out with a bunch, or I should say a bunch, a group of Amazonian who's waiting for their starts. Okay. I'm not kidding, guys. True story. So for those of you who are lacking motivations right now, who thinks that there's no job, who thinks that you are not ready for an interview and you have to go through, if not, the job's going to be filled and there's no more jobs out there for you, that's not true. Okay? I don't think you want me to repeat the number that I just gave you. People are still landing job offer every single day. Do not be afraid. Do not. Because I can't say that the market is, yes, I know a lot of people are affected by the pandemic, but that's why you should really look at your credential. And you wanted to ask yourself, if I'm not a fit for ABC, am I a good fit for XYZ? What about ABC and XYZ? You have to really think big and dive deep in your own branding so that you can go after position of your strength. Okay? It sounds very easy. It is that easy because I've done it in all of my coaching platform. Okay? I gave an example last week. Let's call him G. Okay? When G came to me, he failed his Amazon interview 4 times, and this man is so adamant, so dead adamant. He refused to interview with other company. He just won Amazon, and I was actually very nervous. Very. I'm like, can I actually help him? He fell 4 times. How could I help him? And when he was interviewing for a level 5 position that he failed 4 times in a year and a half. And guess what? Last week he received an offer for level 6, and he got an offer. And his start date is in January, all day long. So there's a lot of folks who are doing it. I'm telling you this right now. There's not a thing that I'm sharing with my paid coaching community that I'm not with you guys. You have to fix your branding because we tore apart his resume and his LinkedIn profile. And I told him over and over. And by the way, it took him 2.5 months to land an offer as an L6. Yes, you heard me right. And those of you who are in my VIP member, you know this is true because you're there. Okay? 2.5 month, and G landed an offer. Also asked him to give me a video endorsement and a couple others as well, so that those endorsement will inspire you that you too can do it. And I'm guiding you where you don't. I get it. You don't even have to come into my program. It's free, guys. Free. Let me talk about this one more time. It is free. You see this right here? Don't undermine this playlist. This playlist, guess what? My Star Interview Accelerator course and my VIP member also have the same material. And it's working for all of those individuals because they follow everything to a T. So how do I want to wrap up 2021 for you guys? This is the second to the last stream. I think our next stream is on the 29th, 28th, which is next Tuesday. And I want to talk about next Tuesday, by the way, if you haven't already, I am going to go ahead and share my interview kit with you. That will be my holiday gifts for all of you YouTube community member who's watching right now. Okay? Everything on there, I just need you to follow it to a T. That is it. I think I'm done preaching for now. Allah, hey Allah. And for Allah, for Ish, for everyone else to give you the last minute tip, the final tip, for all the tip, you can be a new grad, a campus hire, a junior, mid-level, senior, principal, executive. It's the same thing. Okay? May I repeat myself again? It does not matter what position you're interviewing for. It does not matter what company you interview for. Because if you follow my method, it has worked. How do I know that? Because my witness, why do you think my VIP member and my Star Interview Accelerator are supporting me across all of my platform? Because they are in it and they know it has worked. They have seen what success look like and feel like, even right here in the YouTube community, okay? You need to really follow it, my friend. A lot of the playlist that I've just showed you, if you're not able to answer and give me an example of a time that you made a mistake, then you are not ready, right? I can ask the same questions across all of the disciplines, and it really doesn't matter what level you're in. A lot of people are so fixated in, I'm a level 7, I'm a level 6, I'm a level, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It matters on how you show up to any interview. Okay? Do you sound sharp? Can you provide examples that are relevant? If you are junior, obviously your answer is not as large of a scale. That's okay. You're still going to get a job for that role and for that level, right? But if you're interviewing for a level 6 senior or principal across, all the FANG companies, then the expectation is you have to be able to dive deep within how long, guys? How long should your answer be? 45 seconds. A minute is absolutely max because people will fall asleep if you give them a minute answer. I don't care whom gives you tips. It's irrelevant. Again, everything that I'm sharing with you is everything I know that has worked from Microsoft. Yes, I work for Microsoft for Amazon, for Facebook, for Google. And right before the pandemic hit, I was laid off as a principal consultant for 2 pre-IPO startup. Okay? I know how and what it takes to help you pass a job. If your answer, the advice from a lot of the folks, including Bar Racer, you go 3 to 5 minutes and dive really deep. Hang on. Well, I don't want to say that's a lazy tips, because if you talk that long, they're going to fall asleep. That means they don't have any probing question for you. Why? I'm trying to teach you how to play ping pong with them. You know what I mean by ping pong? When you hit the ball over there, keep your answer short to the point. Guess what? They're going to hit it right back and give you a questions to dig deeper. You give them an answer, they're impressed, and now they want to learn more. So you need to figure a way to lure them in, like playing ping pong or fishing, if that's the analogy that you're interested in. Okay? I know it sounds very cliche, but that is the fact. It worked. My star method and everyone else's method is not even on the same page. Okay? Now, I know that eventually someone is going to have a coaching program or something, and they're eventually going to talk about the things I'm talking about with you right now. And the reason why, if you notice that I only talk about the star, is because I am extreme niche, which is I only care to get you a job with all the FANG company, and the only way for you to get that is getting to the point. Cool? Cool. Hello, Sin. Thank you so much for helping me welcome RG. GML, first time from Toronto. Love your haircut, GML. Do we have the same haircut? Well, mine is the gray of my hair. Pretty much the same, right? Carlos. Hello, Carlos. Thank you for the star, Zoe. GML says, I'm interviewing for a senior technical program manager. Look forward to your insight on the role. I've taught a ton of TPM. In fact, I built the TPM team for Amazon Business, or the B2B organization, which is wood.com, fabric.com, diaper.com, amazonsupply.com, now Amazon B2B. I can go on and on. Home, sports, basically the 14 business within the B2B team. I built the TPM team for them back in my consumer or e-commerce day with Amazon. I can tell you that they dug really deep in your systems design and architectural background. Okay, GML, you need to know what your object-oriented design and analysis is. For example, build Amazon Locker. If you don't have an answer, then you're probably not going to make it as a TPM. You are going to be asked to, instead of coding physically, you're probably going to code on, I don't know what they use right now because I haven't been at Amazon for 2 years. That was the last time I worked with them. But you're going to have to design and architect a solution from scratch. I love that stuff. If you haven't looked at my Why Amazon video, you need to check that out, because Amazon is very famous in diving so deep where if you don't know something, you have to be very honest that I haven't done this, but I've done it to this caliber. Can we talk about this solution? Okay? Because if not, they will call you out. They will dive deep and you will feel embarrassed. Okay? I talked a lot about it is not a place to fake it until you make it, because there has been a lot of professionals that have tried doing it and faking it until they make it. Amazon is not that environment for it. TJ, how are you, TJJ? Are you new to my channel? I feel like you are pretty new. Angelica, hello, Angelica. Merry Christmas to you. I was actually working with Miss Mountain Dew. I know you're watching, to put a green screen where we can do something fun for the holidays. Because of time, I just haven't had the time to make it pretty. Because as you all know, after live streaming for the last 6 months, every 6 months there's some changes with my background or something. I'm trying to make it interesting with music and with my yay button, so that you also enjoy your time when we spend together. Okay? Yes, I do look at every single little detail. I can't wait to add more things just for fun. I've had feedback from my own team that I need to entice my live stream more. I almost made a comment. I stopped myself. Hi. Adia says star. Yes. Star, 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 star. Can I please have a star? I would love to see an emoji star, the word star, STAR star, because it has worked all day long. Every single one of my community member, you know who you are. Every single one of you guys. When you first came to me, you fumble around the whole world and you can't even answer a simple question. You spend 2 weeks with me and your star story is near perfect. 2 weeks, guys. 2 weeks with me, near perfect. 1 month with me, perfect. And you're able to articulate in a mock interview setting. Okay? So give me some star. I know who you are and you know who you are. SJ. Oh, let me make this. SJ says, the message you show in the stream are black on a dark background. Can you please change the text? I already did. I know. I need to figure out how to do that because I've just downloaded Livestream, a software update, which sometime I need to hire a tech person physically so they could mess with my iMac because I can't hire someone unless they can do it by monitoring all of my tech stuff. Even though talk tech, I live tech, I know a lot of tech when it comes to hiring talent. I know what they do. I'm very knowledgeable. But when it comes to like hands-on tech, do not rely on me. Do not, because I have had a couple folks right now as we speak who are helping me do a lot of the system configuration to make it pop. It takes a very long time. I'm just not passionate to learn. I'm only passionate to coach. That's that's what brings me alive. You guys, you right there, and you guys are the reason why I'm here. And this is all I wanted to do. Outside of coaching, I don't want to do anything else. Yeah. Can you tell? You welcome, Gaherme. Payusha says, I'm interviewing for supply chain management roles, looking forward to getting more insight from you. The supply chain, or we call them operation at Amazon, moves really quickly. I've seen people meaning my community member land have an on-site interviewed and are notified within 1 to 2 business days that they received the actual offer. The tip that I'm going to share with you is the same tip that I have with everybody else. Okay, you need to look at my playlist. Let me move over here a little bit. I feel like I'm being squished. You have to check out the playlist. Look at the playlist, guys. If you evaluate this, I'm teaching you how to prepare for your on-site loop. Over here, for all of you who are asking me on what can I do to prepare for my loop, it doesn't matter what position you're interviewing for and the level. It's right here. There's part 1 and part 2 of the on-site. Part 1 and 2 because I simply got cut off from my Wi-Fi. Okay, it's the same stream. But I talked a lot about invent and simplify, which is the very first example and also the most innovative example, and also my weaknesses and also my career failure. You must look at that video because I'm walking you through on how to recycle your background without sounding exactly the same. Yes, I'm teaching you how to recycle your story because not everyone has 20 stories, okay? Not everyone does. I get it. But there's a way to do it where you're not sounding like you're giving the exact same story. Nobody wants to hear the exact same story, okay? Someone's going to ding me about that too, and I don't care because there's a way to do it and to do it right. China. Hi, China. I finished my first phone interview. Thank you for your video. You're welcome. Aditya says, this is a very good question. Aditya says, let me put it right here. Tell me about time you use customers' feedback to change the way you work. Why did you take the action you take? What was the income? Well, are you asking me this to help you review your answer, or are you asking me this to give you an answer? Can you please verify it? If that is the case, I could do it ad hoc right now and give you an example. Guys, if you know your background well enough, it doesn't matter what questions you're throwing at me. I can always give you an example, okay? In this case, Adia, because I really do appreciate you following me across all of my platform and in my community. I'm going to give you an example at Facebook, okay? The most recent experiences from last year. Okay, tell me about time you use customer feedback to change the way you work. Why did you take the action you take? What was the outcome? Okay, I want to share a time when I was the recruiting leader for the AR VR Oculus team at Facebook. One of the feedback from my new customer, he was the GM at Facebook Oculus, handling all of the security operation system for the headset, which is the Oculus brand. The feedback was he is getting a lot of recruiters. The turnaround was very high. Not turnover was attrition was very high. So there's a lot of new recruiter who wasted his time in learning more about his team rather than giving him resume or candidates in the pipeline that are relevant to his role, which is security operating system, looking for folks who had Linux, Unix experience with some level of consumer electronics in that space. So what I've done is I have created a deck, a wiki, to make sure that I understand every single thing that he needed in our half an hour meeting and cascade that through my entire team, which is brand new, 12 people reporting to me at Oculus at the time. Because of that, I have also asked him to add myself and my team to his internal Facebook group, of course. I work for Facebook, so it's Facebook Workplace, so that we can communicate with each other, where I am going to initially help screen talents to make sure that it is to his liking, and have his commitment that every evening, as he's sipping his glass of wine in front of his fireplace, he will review all of the resume on a daily basis. That has worked. The end result was my team were able to meet the hiring goal at 110%. That's an example. You see where I'm going? I gave you the problem that I'm able to solve, which is I have a very upset GM at Facebook, is really um, pretty much almost a CEO in that space. So he is the man that handles, if you think about all of the operating system, security. Hang on one second. Let me show you guys. I've been talking a lot about Facebook lately in the last two streams. You see this? Idea. So this was my baby. So all the security, the operating system, everything that goes into all of the devices is for this leader. And when you are at that high level, you don't care to repeat yourself. No one does. I don't even care to repeat myself. A lot of you guys ask me, how do I prepare for an on-site interview? And it's all literally there. It says on-site interview, and no one bothered to look at my content that's already built in for you, plus example, but everyone want my time. So I don't want to be redundant and waste people's time. Okay. So I was able to solve the problem in filling the gap by creating a wiki to educate myself, and I took that to educate my entire team. So when I do have new people coming in that are reporting to me, supporting the operation part of the business, they don't have to ping my stakeholder, versus they can just look at the wiki. Okay. I've also add my members into this executive leaders team with a calibrated interviewer, so we can pump up the resume quickly, so that we can turn those into scheduling for phone screen. So I was able to have feel a couple gap in saving him time, building a pipeline, and also making hire. Okay, so that's how you should frame your story, guys. And yes, I will put this on a timestamp as well, because the hiring manager or the person who's interviewing you wanted to hear, is the problem you're trying to solve clear? And I'm going to say this 10 times. Specific example, specific example. What is it? Specific example. If you don't have specific example, you don't have the scale or the scope, and you're done. If I've answered your questions, if you like what you're hearing, please do say yes or give me some star in the bottom. I need some sweets. Let's try this one. Let's try this one, Cliff. Talon. Hi, Talon. I'm more than happy to review your LinkedIn profile next Friday. Okay. Guys, I'm not streaming this Friday because it is Christmas. Um, I was told by some family member that I need to stop working so much and take a day off. So I am taking Christmas Day off. Okay. And for all of you who are watching right now in my coaching community, we are closed on Christmas Eve and Christmas Day, as well as New Year's Eve and New Year's Day. I will not be reviewing your story during those days. Suri 2014 says, Holly, if the position I'm interviewing for is a contractor for in Amazon, is it easy to change to full-time Amazon? There's no such thing as easy at Amazon. I should mention that. When you're a contractor, and it's not just Amazon, a lot of company are starting contractor and then convert now, mainly because they don't have the funding or budget. To budget for contractor is short-term budget, right? Budgeting for full-time or permanent employee, they need to have funding so they could not afford you. Of course they can afford you. It's Amazon. It's a big company. But to dedicate funding for each headcount, and do you have the project and the scope to keep you busy should they convert you? Okay. That's why I have to share that piece with you first. And to answer your questions more directly, the interview process is exactly the same thing if you are brand new employee. It's a good thing and a bad thing. Let's talk about the pros and cons. The pro of being a contractor interviewing for a full time at Amazon is you already know the environment, you already know the scope and the responsibility. Hopefully, by now, you will be able to earn trust with your team, your collaboration partners, your hiring managers. You should be able to demonstrate within 3 to 9 months or so. I'm not sure how long your contract is to deliver something, right? The bad thing is within the first 3 months, that's plenty of time in an Amazon environment to know if the contractor or consultant, I really hate using the word contractor because I've been a contractor for a very long time when I first started out. Like at Microsoft, I was a consultant. I hate being called contractor because some organization, depending on who you're working with, I know you guys see me. I know you have experienced the same thing, no name. Some organization treat contractors and full-time or FTE employee just like how it's being treated. If I use the same doctor's example, doctors white coat, nurses wear the blue or green coat. I don't like that treatment, so I hate the word contractor. Let's say consultant. As a professional consultant, if you don't demonstrate within the time that you were there that you have successfully built multiple things, not one thing, multiple thing, and guess what? The questions that they're going to ask you, you still need to know the most innovative thing you've done. You still have to learn in areas that you have fall short or a mistake that you made. You still have to walk them through a process or a project that you've created, invent and simplify, right? You still need to know all of that. So the way how you prep, even internal transfer, because I've helped 3 people get promoted within Amazon in December, by the way. Ding, ding, ding. Also in December. I don't know what everyone is talking about. It is hot. It's been so hot. In fact, in December, I was able to get quite a few new people into my community because they have an Amazon job interview. Okay. And Facebook, Google, and other company as well, PayPal. Okay. So I hope that answers your questions. It is the same type of prep. Nothing is ever easy at Amazon, ever. The holiday season is the busiest season for throughout Amazon. Why? Because this is a time when we shop the most, right? This is where all the special deals are coming. This is where a lot of the vendor are coming in, partnering with Amazon. And if you're interviewing for like devices team or consumer electronic, guess what? You better bet. I'm not even an Amazon employee right now. You know something is cooking in the kitchen. They're going to be launching something, okay? The next version of the 4th generation of the Kindle is going to go live, or the Echo family of devices and all the gadgets going to come up. Something is going to come up. You know this is going to happen, okay? So this is what I mean. It doesn't slow down. Asish revamped my LinkedIn profile last weekend for ongoing 3 review ready to roll. Perfect. Asish, when you come to me, how I could save you more time is if you have the perfect branding, we can just start with me reviewing your resume and your LinkedIn profile in my community. And then we're going to go straight to reviewing your stories. And all you would do is show up for mock interview, and you could be ready in a month because 9, 10 people landed a job offer in my VIP coaching community in less than a month because of everything I just said. I'm going to pick on someone new. I have a full day on the 14th. Well, best of luck to you, Karam, on your interview. What part of interview is this? When you say full day, are we talking about virtual? Guys, if you haven't figured it out, I like specific and detail. I'm training you. I'm training you for your final loop interview, okay? So you need to give me some meat when you're putting your questions on here, unless you want to wish me a happy holiday. I appreciate it. But let me know who you're interviewing with and where are you in the interview process. I said, you look very festive. Well, girl, I'm doing this for you guys. I have to dress up a little bit. I think if you guys are not aware, I'm actually a minimalist. I'm putting my hands up right now. I own 5 t-shirts that I love to wear. That's how minimalist I am. I hate I used to be one of those who would just want to go to the mall all day and spend my money on brand name clothing and shoes and, anti-aging stuff on my face and all that stuff. And then I realized that it really wore me out and I'm wasting so much time and money. I just I don't know. There's something about 2020 that have changed more of my perspective. I've always wanted to own less, but I guess I was struggling on how to do that. And I guess somehow along the way of being an entrepreneur, trying to minimize what I have with the fundings that I had at the time, and we went through a lot in our family in 20 and 20 as well, where I have to truly minimize everything and own extremely less. And my life has never been this fulfilling. I don't care what anyone says. I've been called a hippie. I like to be called minimalist, by the way, versus hippie, because truthfully, I don't want to own more than 5 t-shirts that I put on. If I do, it stresses me out. It's too much to think about. I rather spend my time in just doing things that bring joy and value into my life. That's how you should too, as you're prepping for your job interview and clearing that space mentally. Okay. And even with my camera gear, I have so much gear. And now I'm narrowing down to just one camera and one lens and one mic instead of having 4 mic. You see where I'm going? So when you decide to narrow down and just follow what I'm saying, follow the strategies, if you notice that every single thing I'm giving you is very straightforward. If you do this, the result is this, which means you're going to start working at Amazon or one of the FANG companies. Okay? I hope that makes sense for a lot of you guys. I know it is kind of odd for me to have a different shirt on because usually I would like to wear the same shirt over and over again because that's how I roll. That's how I clear my space. I am a minimalist. I should have a second channel to talk about minimalism. Razan, hey Razan Cruz, how are you today, Razan Cruz? I have an upcoming interview at Amazon. Oh, Milborn in the house. Whoop whoop. Security engineer position. Any tips on technical interview? Is there any coding involved? If you are a security engineer, I'm going to say yes, there will be coding involved. What type of coding? It depends. Depends on your background. If they're reaching out to you, that means they saw something on your resume. Okay. And what is the job description calling for? What does it say? What kind of coding languages does the job description calls for? And that is what you need to work on. I have had feedback, Razan, where I have engineers who did really well technically and they failed the behavioral question, which is this right here, everything that I just talked about. Okay. They failed those questions and they do not get a job offer and they were asked to review. To re-interview in 6 months because they need to be able to communicate and articulate what they've done a lot more. So yes, technical question is 20% of your interview, but guess what, guys? Behavioral question is 80% of the interview process at Amazon. I almost want to say it's 80% for all companies. Bear in the wild. You're usually one of the first person. Happy holiday to you. I feel like I've known you for a while. Ken says, I made it to the loop last week. The recruiter said it was a no hire. That's okay. It must not meant to be at this time. Okay? There's always a reason when things happen to you, my friend. They're willing to recycle. Can you tell me more about the process of recycle? Sure. When the recruiter says recycle, that means you don't have all the experience for the role. Okay. And what I would guide you to do, Ken, and everyone else who have had a failed interview, Amazon or whatever company you interview for or with, can't talk today. God help me with my coffee. I wish What I want for Christmas is a tree that grows coffee bean. That's what I want for Christmas. Okay, where I can just press a button and it will drip coffee directly from my cup. I know, I'm such a geek. So back to you. You need to think about the areas where you fall short, and we always know the areas where we fall short if we think about it. Don't think about reapplying to a 10,000 job. Think about how you could have done better and spend a year in working on that. I will not advise you to reapply for a job immediately or within 6 months. I would advise for you to think about the areas where you could gain knowledge and improve before you do that. Okay. As mentioned earlier, Ken, a lot of the folks who came to me already have failed interviewed. If that is what you are interested in, then the STAR Interview Accelerator program is perfect for you because it is an 8 weeks program that's starting on January the 11th. Okay. Within 5 weeks, I did have one of my member who landed an offer with one of the startup in her local geography. So my goal is to not just get you a job offer at Amazon. My goal is to use everything that I have known. And I was also an interview trainer at Amazon for 5 years. If I can teach you all of that, you're going to land an offer in all the other companies as well. But you do need the practice. I'm going to repeat myself to you guys one more time. If you have failed your Amazon job interview, do not do not apply to 50 positions. Okay. There are some horrible, horrible advice in the social media to advise you guys to go ahead and apply for a job. Stop it. Cut it out. You have already interviewed and failed. So stop. Before you do that, understand who you are and what else you can add value to the employer. I mentioned this in the very early on of this live stream. You may not be a fit for ABC, but you may be a fit for XYZ. So why not do that? Okay. You could probably be a better fit for different position rather than applying to it. Spend this time in being perfect on your interviewing skills. Ken and everyone else, it takes you at the bare minimum about 3 months to be perfect. Okay. 2 to 3 months, give and take. So if you think you can come to me and be in the interview ready for a month and you have already failed your interview, I'm going to tell you guys right now, it's going to take you more than a month. Okay. Then the Star Interview Accelerator is a better fit for you versus my VIP monthly coaching because it's monthly office hour. Okay. That's just a tip. You don't have to do it, but I hate seeing a lot of my YouTube member who do again and again and again. That's why I stop answering you when you reach out to me on LinkedIn. I'm just going to give you a link to my video because literally, if you can't listen and follow instructions and willing to work hard for yourself to prep, you're not going to land any offer. Any. Lori, I've been invited for the loop. Let me go ahead and kill this part. By the way, guys, and before I put Lori in here, if you are truly new to my channel and if you have not yet, make sure you don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Okay. And I know that a lot of you is still watching right now. I would appreciate if you give me a thumbs up in the video. Okay. In the video, not just in the chat. That's going to help with the Google and YouTube algorithm, both of them. Okay, let's go back to me. So, Lori, let's help our friend Lori out here. Lori says, I've been invited for the Loop interview to finalize with Amazon program manager in engineering. Okay, program manager. All right. I've heard candidates sometimes get an offer with Amazon, cancels the offer. That is true. My concern is if I accept it and let my employer know I'm leaving out of a job. That's an excellent question. Excellent question. This had happened to two of my VIP member who both end up having a verbal offer. Both of them went through the loop for approval and they suddenly decided that they're going with an internal candidate. Okay. Here's my advice to you and all of you who's watching. One, if you are H1B transferred or TN from Canada, anything like that, do not turn in your 2 weeks notice until you have signed the offer closer to your start date. Do not. Let me repeat myself. Do not resign until it is closer to your start date. If you're starting within the 2 weeks, yes, give your 2 weeks notice. Okay. And when you give your 2 weeks notice, you could negotiate with your current employer to, you can give you 2 weeks notice and see if you can maybe um, take a week off, like a one, give 2 weeks notice and beg to see if you could leave after a week so you could take a week off to mentally check out and be ready for Amazon. Because Amazon is an environment where there is no slowing down, as I mentioned. There, yes, there's onboarding, but there's no such thing as onboarding. Myself and a bunch of my BR friends actually joked about it. When I say BR friends, I'm talking about level 7 and level 8, even directors. We hang out. We have the same mommies group as well, right? Ex Amazonians or Amazonian, they're still there. Where we joked about, there's no, what are you talking about? Onboarding and 30, 60, 90-day ramp up, right? Because you do get up and running, but just for the sake of that, and we're still in a pandemic, I will not feel comfortable in giving my notice until my background check started. In fact, let's not even do it until 2 weeks prior to the start date. Okay, that's what I would advise you. And if you're H-1B or visa, I wouldn't even do it until your visa or your transfer, any immigration, is fully completed before you let your employer know. It has happened. So the way how I have coached two of my VIP member is that to keep in touch. Oh my God, someone help me! Can someone please give me some caffeine here? I can't talk. You have to keep in touch with the recruiter and, more importantly, the hiring manager on a weekly basis until the offer is in your hand. That's what I've coached them to nag the crap out of the recruiter and hiring manager. It shows initiation and they will want to move forward with you a lot quicker. I have heard of that twice. Okay. Lily, delivery service partner for Amazon. Right on. KM, how are you? I think KM, you are new to my channel. Pradeep says 10 story. Pradeep, my friend, you need a lot more than 10 story. You need at the bare minimum 15 different story, my friends. Okay. 15. Siva, I had 25 story. Beautiful. 25 story. Can anyone beat 25 story? Well, you don't have to have more than 20 story. It's well enough. It's more of quality over quantity, right? In my coaching community, I recommend at least 15 best story. You can have about 20, 25 story, but I want you to narrow it down to 15 best story because when you've done all of those work, it's going to go in your head. Denise, I just started, but so far I have 8. 8 story. Excellent. Keep on pumping up the momentum, Denise. MLP, could you please tell me about PIP? Sure. PIP, in case you guys don't know what PIP is, now I wanted to apologize in advance. I'm not sure if PIP is a position title or my version of PIP is Performance Improvement Plan. If that is what you are referring to, MLP. So PIP is a plan where if you're not performing, generally it's about 3 to 6 months or so. Basically, if you show no progression at all as a employee, this is generally full-time employees only, then your manager will sit down and go over what is called a PIP. A PIP is when the manager write out in a lot of the detailed what his or her expectation to help you come up to speed. Now, if your manager have not done that, then they're not taking accountable for your success. Okay, so generally they will have a weekly coaching time with you where they are your manager and also your mentor in helping you fill some of the gap in areas that you're falling short. That's what a PIP is. It's very detailed, it's very specific and reachable goal. And generally they will give you 30, 60, 90 days to come up to speed. And once you have meet those goals, then they will lift the PIP. Okay. There's a lot of people at Amazon that were able to fulfill that and other company as well. So in any case, if you're not able to be successfully fill the gap in some of the areas that are lacking improvement, then it will be an exit process. So in general, that is how the PIP process work at Amazon. I'm pretty sure a lot of the big organization have something very similar. Catherine says, um, I can I can run on the computer without coffee. You mean you can't turn on the computer without coffee? I know. I know. What was I thinking? I have two stories for each LP 28. They are small variants of another. Okay. You need to look at for all of you guys, you need to look at the playlist of my Amazon Leadership Principle. This one right here. This, you need to look at this. Okay. When you look at that, I'm telling you to give me two each. If you do the math, it's about 15 stories. And then you're also going to look at this. Okay. And it's going to help you out with a lot of the stuff. But when you look at all of my Amazon Leadership Principle, even ones without example, the questions are on there. Okay. That's why I have different playlists for different purposes. Excellent. Sin, 20 plus stories. Sin, I would love to hear all of your 20 plus stories in the next mock interview, which is this Wednesday. Gallame, okay. Gallame. Amazon Recruiter doesn't answer my email, but sent the invitation for a phone interview. I already had one for. That is so weird. I think a lot of the recruiter either A, they're overwhelmed or they're simply lazy because when I'm prepping my candidate for especially the final loop or onsite, I want to get on the phone because I want to make sure that the communication is up to par and I'm able to build that relationship with them. If not, how are you going to have your trust on me in closing you with the offer? I will have another one TPM for the same team. Well, that means that they needed to know more information about your background. TPM is a hard role to get into, guys. A TPM hiring bar and an engineering manager is very similar because the tech portion is exactly the same, which is your systems architecture and design. Okay. Liquid video artistry. Hello. KM, you helped me a lot for the first interview. Thank you, KM. Happy Tuesday, Nee. Angelica, I applied for a senior manager role. Let me go ahead and kill this. I applied for a senior manager role for Amazon community operation. In the job description, ambiguous environment and ambiguity are mentioned a lot, of course. If you think about Amazon, for a company that move as fast as Amazon, the ambiguous part is an ambiguity. You have to have the ability to influence across all diverse mindset, diverse background, right? Diverse walk of life. So when you work in an environment like that is too much, too fast, and delivering results, you have to be able to influence with coming prepared at all time. So as a community operation manager or any role at all, it's not just this organization. You must have ambiguity and your ability to influence, which is earn trust. And that should be in most, if not all, of your answer. When you guys are so fixated on um, which Amazon leadership principle is your story tying into, you don't have to. Because if your answer is good, you pretty much would hit 80% of the leadership principle. Hmm. Oh my God, that's so good. Guys, this biscuit from Costco is so delicious. And if you have any if you are dropping goodies to your friends at their doorstep, these are amazing. I actually bought them for my kids' um, daycare, preschool. I decided to eat them all by myself. Mm. Lakshya says, being one of the member in your community, landing a job offer in this. Oh, you land a job offer in this. Lakshya, that Lakshya. Okay, thanks for all that you do. Star is the way to go. I recorded my answer a lot of times. Yay! Yay! Congratulations, Lasha. Thank you so much for sharing how you're able to build your confidence in speaking to your final loop and through the entire Amazon hiring process and taking the time to come in here. So excited for you and so many of you who have already started or will be starting in January. Pepperman. Hey, Pepperman, you sound new. Thank you so much for the star. You guys know I'm a huge fan. I need a moment so I can sing in with my star. Do I have any more star? Is that all the star that I have? Thank you so much for your star and your Christmas tree. Where are the rest of my star? Do I have any more star? Nee, thank you very, very much. And I am going to answer a couple more questions and wrap it up so I can actually enjoy my plate of cookie as my lunch. That is right. You heard that right, people. Denise says, how do I find your playlist? Excellent questions, Denise. I will show you. Okay. La 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 la. I'm going to go back here and let's do this. Okay. If I come over here, sorry guys, give me 1 second because it truly bugs the Jesus out of me, as you can see. If I am not, there you go. It really bugs me if things are not in order. So I wanted to, okay. Sorry guys, I'm trying to play around with it and it doesn't seem like it's working. Hang on. Hang on. You see what happened when you're trying to make things perfect and is not exactly perfect to your liking? Okay. I'm going to call Jesus for help. Sorry, Denise. Can I have some motivation? Can I have a thumbs up just to let just to let it know that it's okay to make mistake live streaming to a broad audience. Let's try that one more time. If I go here and if I click on right here, oh, there it is. If I want to, oh, there you go. That's better. But where's my video? Okay, I don't know where I am. So I'm just going to go ahead and ignore it. Okay. So let's do this. Playlist meaning if you go to my channel. Okay. I'm simply just clicking on my channel. This is my channel. Okay. This is just my channels, guys. Can you see this okay? Let me know if you can see this okay. Let me walk you guys through. And of course, I didn't really make a tutorial about this. You see this big star sign from our friend Miss Mountain Dew. Thank you so much for your work. If you click on this button right here, there's a URL link where you can download my free star template where you can follow to a T in creating your story. Okay, Denise? Playlist means right here. Let me make it big. Right here, guys, if you go to my main channel meaning if you are here in my live stream right now, okay, all you would have to do is apologize for the ad. All you have to do is click on my name, which is right here, okay? If you click on my name, by the way, if you wanted to support my work, feel free to purchase a mask that says Eat Sleep Star as well as a mug. If you forget that I am a huge fan of Star, that is where it is. If you click on my name in any of my video, it will bring you to this, okay? When you come here, all you have to do is click on the playlist, okay? Everything is right here for you, Denise, and there's not a whole lot of playlists. This is it. And the ones that I would highly recommend is all the ones that has the word Amazon on it. This is the Amazon Star interview right here, okay? That's the one that I just broadcast, as well as right here, Amazon Leadership Principle that I broadcast. Every single thing with the word Amazon is things that you should be looking at. And there's a timestamp for everything, okay? So I hope that tutorial help, because if it doesn't, I don't know what else to do about it. Okay, and we are back. There you go. Siva. Hello, Siva. Bear Noel. Bear Noel says, at Holly. Okay, so we're Marie Kondo methoding our interview answer. That is awesome. That is true. That is so true. You know what? I didn't even think about that. That's true. When you are becoming a minimalist, you wanted to create things that are as simple as quick as possible, which is why even live streaming, guys, I have no notes. I don't have the notes. Everything I talk about is not pre-scripted. There's no script. Everything came from the heart and came from my brain. Um, and I just wanted to be as authentic as I can, just coming from those environment. Siva says, would you advise approaching building an example that illustrates scale and scope acceptable to Amazon if the biggest project I work on is 20 million, 20 million euro? Do you think it's possible? Yes, absolutely, of course. If you wanted me to dive deep on that, Siva, you want to make sure that you joined when just by hitting the join button in all of my video so that you could put all of that down on my Friday stream. Okay, guys? Starting next Friday, not Christmas, this Friday, starting next Friday, every single thing that I will be doing on the Friday stream is reviewing your story, tearing everything apart. So you really want it to be in my tier, in my pay YouTube community. You can watch, of course, but you won't be able to comment. Okay? Katika says, I have proceeded to second round at Amazon AWS security. Your videos gave me a lot of confidence. Thanks a ton. What should I expect for the second round? Everything we just talked about, my friend. Make sure your story's ready to go. Liquid. I'm just going to call you Liquid. Oracle. Guys, I get extremely, extremely excited when I get somebody who does not interview for Amazon. Okay? Does not. Because everyone is calling me the Amazon coach. I'm not an Amazon coach. I'm just a coach. I'm a well-rounded coach who are extremely well-rounded and diverse in all the tech and non-tech, down to scientific and even manufacture in the 21 years of my career. I'm not an Amazon coach. I'm just a coach. I just found you. I'm going to be spending time on your playlist. Excellent, Liquid. If you haven't already, I've showed you guys where to download my free Amazon. You see, I'm like, I should have a thing called Eat Sleep Amazon. I should probably call myself Amazon Holly Lee or something like that. Get out of my head. Get out of my head, Amazon. If you download my star template, you're also, in full disclosure, going to sign up to receive a weekly newsletter from me to remind you in things like this or things I'm giving away for free. Okay? That's what you're doing. And that's a great way for you to stay in touch with me as well. CEO, hey CEO, love your blouse. Thank you. What are you talking about, my blouse? This is my real, look, this is my real tie and my real outfit. Tech Minute. Hey, Tech Minute. Tech Minute says, let me move this. Tech Minute says, make sure I don't cut this off. Thank you, by the way, guys, for bearing with me while I fixed some tech stuff earlier. Thank you for all your info. I have an interview for a lead on role execution position and was curious if you know anything about the position. I've not had much luck in finding info because that position is rare and I've never even heard of it in my life. In my 21 years of life, I've never even heard of it. But the advice I have for you is when you look at the job description, you really need to be able to tie your answer around the requirement and what you will be doing for the role. You don't need to find specific questions for that because what they're asking you is through your credential, which is your resume or LinkedIn profile. Okay? I talked a lot about branding the first 15 minutes in the live stream, and that's what I mean by it. They will look at your resume or LinkedIn and ask questions specifically that are relating to the role. Okay? And I feel like I spend so much time to talk about my playlist, and I'm going to talk about this again. You need to defer back to my playlist. Okay? Hey, Jason. Jason, is never too late. You just have to make sure that you spend more time in pumping up your story and making them sound legit. Okay? CEO says, even though I am already in my week 3 working at Amazon, Amazoni in the house. Woo-hoo! Your video helped me land the job. I still enjoy chiming in to hear your advice. You rock. Oh, thank you so much. CEO, I don't remember if I have sent you my private Facebook group for the Holiday alumni, which is a group of Amazonian. 99% of them are. If I haven't, I'm sorry. If you are already in there, I'm still sorry because I am trying to keep track of everybody. It's really important for me on my work. Who doesn't want to remember the success that they've made in their career, right? So if there will come a time where I'm going to do a live stream and I want to do like a social happy hour with all of my alumni, everyone at Amazon or Land and Offer through my community. That's what my private group is for. It is not for those who want to come in. It is not for those who want to come in and spam my community, which is why you need to really show me your LinkedIn profile that has Amazon on it in order to be invited. Okay? Congratulations again. Thank you so much for taking the time, especially being an Amazonian. You're busy, girl. I know you're busy, so I appreciate you being there. You welcome, Siva. Well, Merry Christmas to you. I'm going to wrap everything out. Merry Christmas to you as well, right here. Um, and CEO, thank you so much for your trophy. Miss Mountain Dew, I really, really do appreciate you. I probably should tell you more than I should. You've done some phenomenal work to my graphic. And here's how I'm going to wrap it up for everyone who cannot make it to next Tuesday. And this is probably the last stream of the year. Sounds so sad. It will be weird for me to stream once a week this week and not twice. Well, you're welcome, Denise. I'm here for you guys, and I'm going to keep my Tuesday stream. Put it in your calendar, guys. Put it in your calendar at 12:30 Pacific Standard Time. That's why if you are a subscriber, and if you hit the bell notification right here, it's actually going to remind you when I'm coming live. Okay. And if we haven't already, a lot of my clients don't even connect with me on LinkedIn. Goodness. As much as I appreciate your membership and you're my paid client, I want you to connect with me so I remember you. As you guys can see here, there's a lot of folks that are not even using their real name, which is cool. It's all good, but you have to remind me who you are. Okay. Stay safe, stay happy. If you're falling behind, wrap those gifts for your significant others and loved one. If you feel like it, if you're in the mood, I'm going to turn on the camera on Friday and show you some of the present that my son and I are going to watch. If you are not aware, he has his own channel. It's called Parker's Adventures. You can find that in my channel. If you click channels, you will see his YouTube channel. If you are a mom or parent, if you love traveling video tutorials on all of Seattle, British Columbia, just learning in general, something fun outside of career coaching, that is my family block. Until next time, thank you so much for everyone. You know, I'm a big fan of you. I appreciate all your support. And if this is our last time communicating before 2021, I am looking forward to all of your virtual beautiful faces next year.